D, wait for it, rightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? And have I got a story for you? Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can either, read it for yourself, or you can just watch this video and I will read it to you. So before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that I've got all that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? So it's reportedly lost, DC had reportedly lost its Kevin Feige-Esque candidate due to Batgirl's cancellation. So I did a couple of videos about this, but if you remember, they were looking at Dan Lin to oversee all of the DC films at Warner Brothers, but he decided to be like, no, thanks, I'm good. I don't really want it. So let's read this article, and this comes from a comic book reader.com, CBR. I think it's a reader. Who knows? Who cares? Anyways, and it says a new report reveals film producer Dan Lin took his name out of the mix for running DC films after expressing concern over Batgirl's cancellation. Why is everybody all of a sudden concerned about Batgirl? Who gives a rip? Batgirl didn't sound great anyways. Let's be honest. So it says DC, although I do want to see the new Batgirl movie, or that Batgirl movie, just because I want to see how bad it is. I have no qualms about being like, I want to see this car crash and I want to see it in person. You know what I'm saying? So it says DC Films reportedly lost its Kevin Feige-esque candidate Dan Lin in direct response to the cancellation of Batgirl. He sounds like a weak individual. Anyways. So it says, in an exclusive by Humberto Gonzalez in The Wrap, an insider at Warner Brothers Discovery revealed that producer Dan Lin took his name out of the mix of potential leaders for the DC film brand following the studio's shelving of the Leslie Grace starring Batgirl movie for HBO Max. Lin was reportedly troubled by the studio's decision to not release the completed DC Extended Universe film for a tax write-off related to other abandoned projects following Warner Brothers' merger with Discovery. Now, I just want to say real quick, I was on a live stream with a former executive producer, Paul Chano, I don't know how to say his last name. Anyways, but he was saying that this movie cannot get released whatsoever, because then they won't get that 90 million that they put into it. But I did ask him, I'll leave a link to that in the iCard section, but I did ask him, what if somebody leaked it online and then people just pirated it and stuff? They sailed the seven seas. And he was like, if as long as they don't get any monetary gain from it, as long as they don't make any money off of it, then they'll still get that tax write-off. And I'm all like, oh, look at that. I'm like, well, then they should just get it and release it now. You know what I'm saying? Get it out there, because I want to see how bad it is. I really do. I want to review it so bad. So anyways, the newly minted conglomerate's CFO, Gunnar Windefels. Gosh, man, people these days always have crazy names. I can't pronounce them all. And people get so mad when you pronounce them wrong. Anyways, recently defended the studio's decision by stating that the news was blown out of proportion a little bit, while also reinforcing the studio's plans to spend a lot more money on future content. I don't think it was a bad decision, but what are you going to do? Lin had previously worked for Warner Brothers as the producer of the Lego Movie and the Lego Movie 2, the second part, and well as the DC-themed spin-off The Lego Batman Movie. Additionally, he served as a co-producer for the Warner Brothers Sherlock Holmes and It franchise. His name was brought up as the potential head for DC Films in August, and he would have replaced the current president, Walter Hamada, had he accepted the position. However, in September, Lin dropped out of negotiations with Warner Brothers Discovery to commit to his own production company, Rideback, and his new nonprofit Rideback Rise. There was some stuff. Go watch my other video where I kind of explain it to you what was really going down. But something tells me there was a lot more going down than just he didn't want to leave his company. Anyways, since the completion of the Warner Brothers Discovery merger, CEO David Zaslav has been on the search to fill the DC Films leadership with someone to serve as creative and strategic czar, similar to what Marvel has in Kevin Feige. Additionally, he wants someone who had the type of business background needed to keep all of the different factions at DC working more harmoniously. Another name rumored for the job was the Arrowverse boss, Greg Berlanti. I would have to say right now, and I think I said it then, Greg Berlanti is a horrible choice. I mean, come on. Like, it would be the worst choice ever. Anyways. Him and J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams sucks. Anyways, however, the creative mind behind DC's television output has not been officially approached by the studio and has not expressed interest in the position. All right, we have this. Just one more paragraph, guys. Stick with me, and then I'll give you some more of my insight. As the DCEU struggles to find a clear direction in the wake of Batgirl's cancellation, and Warner Brothers Discovery continues searching for a new president for the DC brand, several completed DC films are seeing changes in post-production and release dates. For example, Aquaman the Lost Kingdom has been moved from March 17th to 2023 to December 25th, 2023. I heard that movie is crazy woke. And I know you don't like the word woke, but that's what somebody said to me about it. But I heard it was crazy woke, and that's what they're trying to change. They're trying to change that so it's not so much. And Shazam! Fury of the Gods has been pushed back 3 months to December 21st, 2022 to March 17th, 2023. Moreover, Ezra Miller's The Flash, which they just started reshoots on that. From what I understand, not heavy reshoots, just some light reshoots. Has undergone reshoots in the wake of the Troubled Stars public incidences and still on track to arrive in theaters on June 23rd, 2023. Nevertheless, DCEU will make a feature-length return with the Dwayne Johnson starring Black Adam, which hits theaters October 21st, which I already have tickets for. And I don't know if it's going to be like a super huge hit, but I'm excited for it. Now, I just want to say real quick. So Dan Lin sounds like a weak individual, because if he's using the excuse of, well, they canceled Batgirl, so I don't want to work for them. I mean, like, come on, dude, get over yourself. I think that that's not a decent reason to just like not be the head of a department in the studio. But you know, what are you gonna do? Hey, if Warner Brothers wants to give it to me, listen, I am not saying I'm like a super huge genius, but I am a comic book fan, kind of like Kevin Feige. And, you know, I have some schooling, you know, so you can give the job to me. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm way cheap. I'm way cheaper than Dan Lin. I'll tell you that right now. But I think that this probably was for the best. It sounds like Dan Lin didn't have his heart into it if he's worried about that Batgirl movie. But I do think that I really need them to pick somebody, because that I do agree that they do need a Kevin Feige-esque person to run DC, and I want DC to succeed because I love those. I love DC comics. I love the characters. I love the storylines. I like DC way more than I like Marvel. I'm not saying Marvel's bad at all, but I mean, I just love DC. I really, really do. I mean, I still buy DC. I don't buy any Marvel comic books, but I still do buy some DC comic books today. It just depends on who's writing and stuff. But yeah, tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about Dan Lin turning down this position of being the CEO or the head of the DC film, or DC in general, over at Warner Brothers, and he turned it down because of Batgirl's cancellation? Are you like me and you think this was a weak move, or do you think it was a smart move on his part because, you know, DC is a little bit of a mess right now? Tell me what you guys think about all this. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. You guys have a good week. Bye.